Hello, Tina.
How are you?
Good.
So nice to see you.
It's great to see you.
I know. So we've known each other for how long now? Since our kids were at school?
I think it was probably 2005.
2005,
I think that's when you came over to Brighton Grammar School.
That's correct, yeah. What led you to the Robert Connor Dawes Foundation?
Well, it started with Connor because, of course, after his surgery, this certainly doesn't happen to every person after they have a brain tumor removed, but it happened quite severely to Connor in that he lost his short-term memory.
Yes.
He lost his right side movement.
Yes.
He had some serious deficits.
Yeah.
You know, Connor was very bright, as he.
Yeah, very bright.
Very bright.
Yeah.
And he was always, we were always trying to give ways to just keep him engaged by giving him more and more. He was a voracious reader, started reading at a very young age.
Yeah.
And that after his surgery, he couldn't read. And I didn't know that at first. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
All these things are happening, and I'm thinking, well, if Connor's going to live, he's not going to uni, because he certainly isn't going to be able to maintain the classroom rigor and the assignments, etc. So I was thinking, would brainstorm with him, like, what could you do? He loved animals, so maybe you could, we could work out something at the zoo or with animals somehow. And I said, Connor, people find you really inspiring.
Yes.
Maybe you and I should start a foundation and we could do it together.
One of the hardest things is, of course, when a child gets diagnosed with any disease, and in particular something like paediatric brain cancer.
I mean, it's rare to get it, so I'm always careful to say that. So even Connor getting diagnosed, it's not the first thing a GP will assume if somebody's coming in with those sort of neurological symptoms. But when you do get it, it's bad. I remember going, oh my God, everyone, if you say Connor's been diagnosed with a brain tumor, brain cancer, everyone's a bit like, oh my God, and for good reason, because it's the #1 disease killer of not just young Australians, but all young people really in the Western world.
What does, RCD Foundation stand for, and what do you do?
Yes. So when Connor passed away, as we talked about, and him suggesting that we start a foundation, or I suggested to him we should work together on a foundation, that really sort of was sort of a kernel that I was holding on to, of wanting to do something to keep his legacy, basically trying to find a way for Connor, sounds funny, like his afterlife, how can we keep Connor living in a way that's meaningful through doing good for kids that are in the same situation. So obviously Connor passed away from a brain tumor. Even though we called him Connor, his formal name was Robert Connor Dawes. And I had just sort of out loud brainstorming. I'm like, well, obviously we have to invest in research, because when Connor was diagnosed, one of the doctors said, I'm sorry, there's nothing left we can do for your son. And I just couldn't believe that there was nothing in today's day and age, nothing more that could be done. So, and he said the research just isn't there. I remember him saying that.
Right.
The research
and that stuck with you, did it?
So I thought, yep, the research. And then Connor had, and you may know, he had yoga.
Yes.
And music therapy.
Yes.
Part of his.
Yes.
So
which is really important, isn't it?
Really important. And he had this gorgeous music therapist, still is working with us today.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna something.
Don't.
And then I'm just thinking about what we wanted if we were going to raise money beyond the research, beyond the music therapy and the yoga. What else could we do? And I love the idea of investing in young researchers, because if the cure isn't here now, the only way we're going to get it is by inspiring the next generation of young people.
Yeah.
So I just had this conversation, and Merrick, our clever marketing guy, came back the next day and he said, I was thinking you could use Connor's initials to help frame what you want to invest in. R for research, C for care, D for development.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
You were told.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We can't, there's nothing more we can do. You're now saying to people, hang on, we're working on this. We've got research. We think we can try something. What I'd like to say is I feel very honoured to be partnered with you. I love your foundation and what you do.
Thank you.
T.house is about to release a beautiful product that we are going to sell, and 100% of the profits are going to come all your way. We
so
hope
generous.
it's successful.
We can't do it alone. I also knew that from day one.
Yes.
If we're going to try to change the odds for these kids, it takes a village.
No, I think it takes a country.
And having people wanting to get involved.
Yes.
And people are generally helpful by nature, I think. You just need to help, give them opportunities that make it easy. And so this is a wonderful way. You're providing a beautiful product that people
can buy. It's a
and
gift that's going to give back.
Exactly.
So that's what we're hoping to do.
Wonderful.
And I think that at the end of the day, all we want to do is support you, but also we want to be able to make some noise and some awareness and bring light. So hopefully more donors will come through and say, yes, I'm happy to be a perpetual, donor to this wonderful cause. That's obviously the name too. Or at least buy a product, or at least be involved in the fun run, or even come to the Christmas event, which would be great. With all of that, all of a sudden, so you have a couple of events, but the big one, of course, is the Connor's Run.
Connor was, right before he was diagnosed, in, must have been September of 2011, he ran, which is unusual because he wasn't a keen runner, but he ran from our home in Sandringham in the Bayside suburbs to the rowing sheds in the city of CBD of Melbourne. And that was so uncharacteristic of him.
It's a long way.
A long way, but he wanted to do it. He was trying to do his best to get into the top rowing boat in year 12 at Brighton Grammar. And so that was just an unusual standout sort of an event for him. It starts down in Hampton, which is just down there, and the runners run down this exact path where we are. We've got a few water stops. One of our water stops is right here that Burbank Grammar puts on every year for us, and they keep literally running all the way down this path to Katani Gardens.
Yeah.
And then around Katani Gardens.
And what is it, 18?
That's 18.8, and when we figured out the distance, we thought, well, that doesn't mean anything. So we're going to have this 18.8. And somebody said, oh, how old was Connor when he passed away? And we realized he was 18.8.
He wasn't.
Yes, he was, because he died in April. He would have been 19 in June.
Yeah.
So yes, here we are, and it's just beautiful. It is beautiful.